Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Josie with Awakened Soul for those of you who are new here. We are here to do a quick check-in on your person, whoever came to mind when this reading found you and you felt drawn to it. I'm going to pull some cards on their current thoughts and feelings about you. My goal in today's reading is to give you clarity and insight as to what their experience is at this time. So you have a better picture of what they're going through and where they truly stand with you at this time. Okay. All right, so the first three cards to get us started are the King of Swords. We also have the Naked Heart, which is unique to this tarot deck as it is the Naked Heart Tarot. And then lastly, we have the Page of Cups. And I feel like this is a pretty clear-cut message of your person's inner journey involving you right now. So I think that maybe in the past, for some of you watching, not the distant past, but rather even the most recent past, your person has had a really difficult time being expressive of what's going on in their heart, what they're truly feeling for you and others in their life. And I see a big change going through your person's being right now, basically, when it comes to expression of emotions. And even as I'm doing this reading here, you guys, I'm getting kind of stuttery and tongue-tied. So I think this is pretty fresh for your person. It's something new that they're finally exploring and diving into. It's kind of like your person feels like, I don't know why I just heard on trial, but in a way that's kind of how they feel right now, where they feel like they're on trial, all eyes are on them. They feel like they're up on this podium having to confess their innermost thoughts. And even if they're not doing this in the 3D, this is something that's going on internal. Almost like your person feels like they're being tested in a lot of ways, and all of these deeper emotions are coming up to the surface for them to process that maybe they've been like pushing away for a long time. And I think that for a while, maybe even most of your person's life, they tried to come across as overly logical, overly analytical, unemotional, maybe a bit stoic. And it could even be that they've been the type of person that views emotional expression as something rather to be viewed as like a weakness versus a strength. And I don't know why that is. I'm not going to dive into your person's past right now. We're talking about current energies. But I see like a change going through them right now, like a big transmutation of this energy where they're almost like being reborn from one version of themselves to the next. And it's like this new version that's being created within them right now is one that is more open and more honest about their inner world when it comes to their emotions, okay? So I think they're just letting that in for the first time. Like they're really feeling their feelings. They're really embracing their feelings. And with the Page of Cups, I think maybe this person is getting ready to start confessing some of that to you. Maybe they've already been doing that, like little bits and pieces to kind of test the waters. Because I do see that this is really challenging for your person. They feel, again, like they're kind of on trial. It's not a fun experience. It's new for them. They really don't know what they're doing. They just know that all of this is like coming up almost against their will, and they're doing their best to kind of roll with the punches as they're processing all of these different emotions that are coming up to the surface. We're not just talking about like their deep loving feelings. We're also talking about, you know, sadness, anger, resentment, gratitude, like all kinds of things are coming up for your person right now. And a lot of them do involve you. And I think part of this was inspired by your connection, or this connection kind of unlocked this within your person in a way, or kind of like opened the door for them to do this work themselves. So let's dive a little bit deeper, specifically what their intentions are for you in this connection, like their overall goals for this connection at this time, what they want to happen between the two of you. Okay. We have double swords energy coming out here between the Page and Knight of Swords. Okay, so the fact that those two cards came out, like, together both indicate like urgent communication or incoming communication. And it might take you by surprise because both of those cards can kind of in a way be read as unexpected, urgent news or communication. So we're talking about your person's overall intentions here. But for those of you watching right now, I feel like maybe this is going to happen sooner rather than later. This person does want to talk to you about something and it's going to take you by surprise. It might come in pretty quick here as well. I think this is also speaking to your person's desire to be more communicative with you, okay? Maybe about their emotions. Maybe they just want to work on being more honest. This came out. We have the moon. They might have some secrets to confess to you. In this case, I don't think it's like a heavy secret, like they've been hiding something else from you, like another person or another connection. I feel like it is their emotional world that they're wanting to like unleash, because remember, your person up until recently has had a lot of emotions buried deep down in their subconscious that they've been like shoving down, they've been refusing to look at, they've had this refusal to acknowledge it even exists. And they're starting to understand things more now and process things and let the feelings in and try to understand them. And I think that they almost believe that they have to talk to you about this, like you would be a really good listening ear. It could even be that some of these emotions are specifically directed at you, like they want more from this connection, or maybe they feel like they've mistreated you or they haven't approached this in the right way. And so they want to come in and kind of reveal this to you. Maybe for the first time even, they want to like get all of this stuff that they've had buried away out in the open and just tell you the truth and kind of get it all out there. And like, it's like your person doesn't want to contain it anymore. Now that they're starting to process and feel their feelings, they almost feel like it's a burden to keep it inside and to not be upfront about them with you. So I think that like I wouldn't be surprised if you and this person had a really impactful conversation in the future where they cry and they tell you the truth and things are like coming up onto the table that you didn't see coming, and it's probably going to be a very emotional conversation for both of you, because I think that you know, you don't know a lot of this stuff that this person really feels for you. It's you've been in the dark because they've kept it a secret, and maybe they've put on this stoic facade where they act like they're unemotional or unbothered, and then to see this deeply emotional side of your person actually come out and in like a raw and vulnerable state, like I wouldn't be shocked if it made you emotional as well, because I don't think they've let you into that side of their world yet. Okay, the 8 of Swords. Your person is not going to be feeling trapped much longer. I think they've almost felt like burdened and trapped by having to keep this all inside or like almost contain it. I don't think they're going to be feeling that way much longer. Yeah, they're turning it around. Because with the 8 of Swords, we have this energy of almost like being entrapped, like encased, bound by something. I always call it the card of invisible prisons, right? If it's not like a 3D obstacle literally blocking them from being with you, a lot of it are these invisible prisons, their own self-limiting beliefs or their own lack of being able to be vulnerable and open. And I think that they're turning it around, because oftentimes I take the Wheel of Fortune as a card of a reversal. It's like a 180. And since from what it seems here, your person has kept a lot inside and been rather guarded and unemotional with you, the opposite of that would be very expressive, very emotional, very open and truthful. And they want to like get rid of these like invisible barriers that are blocking them from feeling like secure enough to be truthful with you about your feelings, about their feelings. Maybe even listening to you about how you feel without just like pushing it away or shoving it out, okay? So let's get out a Moonology card before I get ready to close out the reading. If you are still here and this is resonating with you, I would love it if you would hit that like button. It gives me important feedback and it also helps my channel. So I would truly appreciate that. This is hilarious, you guys, okay? Because the first card we have up is communication is key, new moon in Gemini. Okay, so maybe this person is a Gemini, or Gemini season could be important. But I think bottom line, communication is key. What have I been saying? There's a very important conversation that's coming in for this connection from this person. And maybe they're starting to finally realize that communication is the key here. It's almost like, I don't know, in my own personal life, I once upon a time had a very blocked throat chakra where I felt like I literally could not speak up. And ironically, one of the ways I started opening it and letting that energy flow was by just coming out and saying it, okay? Singing a song, writing things down, you know, talking to a trusted loved one or friend, but just like actually saying what I needed to say instead of keeping it hidden or like all in my head. So I think that's one of the conclusions your person has come to, is that they need to just talk. They need to just talk this out, write it down, speak to you about this, speak to other people, and just let that authentic energy out instead of keeping it all contained. So again, I think there's like a super important conversation you and your person are going to be having soon. The second card that came out is your commitment is being tested, first quarter moon. So this conversation might be happening during a first quarter moon. I don't know if you follow the lunar cycles or not, but you could always check that out if you're curious. I always say take timelines with a grain of salt because things can shift, things can change. We live in a reality with free will. Personally, I don't believe anything is ever like fully set in stone because we can always choose to alter our course. But it could be that the first quarter moon of any given lunar cycle could be a significant timeline for this connection, like when this conversation is going to happen. For example, so maybe take a note of that, or like, I guess, bookmark it in the back of your head if you feel called to. But I suppose like, especially if this is your current partner or somebody you're currently seeing, it would make sense that your commitment is being tested by this. And more specifically, their commitment. It could even be that maybe you've pulled back your energy or you've distanced yourself from this person because of their lack of emotional expression and openness. And so they feel like their commitment to you is being tested. Like, are they actually capable of being open and vulnerable and working through problems and emotions with you? Because like you need that in order to have a healthy relationship, just saying. You know, if you're keeping secrets and you're unable to communicate with your person about what's going on inside, you know, it leads to like toxic buildup and resentment. And so I think your person also is aware of that. You know, if they want this to work out, they need to be open with you. I feel like that is bare minimum right there, okay? So let's get you out a couple of messages from universe now. I like to end my readings on a note that is just for you so you can kind of, you know, call your energy back to you again. Remember to bring that focus back inward towards yourself, not necessarily just towards this person or this connection. So your first personal message is wisdom. To be wise is to have great love, tolerance, and compassion for all beings, knowing everything has a place and a purpose. And then your affirmation of the day, I invite you to affirm with me by commenting down below. It is, today I am powerful. Today I know that I have the power and wisdom to accomplish everything I choose to do. And I'm going to leave this reading here now, you guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day or night. And until next time, bye for now.